Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another Rust video. Today we're going to be having a look at the Rocket Factory 3.0. This absolute pile of spaghettis has everything you need to create rockets from your raw materials, and it's all doing so for 10 power. So you can run all of this with a solar panel and a small battery. And now let's see how it's done. Alright, so we can see that we're going to need a total of 9 conveyors to set this up, as well as 3 industrial crafters and also 2 igniters. That's all of the electrical components that you're going to need, as well as your battery and your solar panel. Now we'll start off with our buffer box. This is where everything is withdrawn from and sent back to. You can see that there's 4 storage adapters, as well as above it we have the combiner and splitter. Now these are used to increase the throughput of our conveyors. So each conveyor is going to be conveying 8 times more than it would if we didn't have all these spaghettis everywhere. Now from that we're going to split off into our green circuit first, which is our furnace circuit. Up the top we have our detector conveyor, which detects our ore for us, and if that's detected, it's going to then turn on our actual moving conveyor, which has numbers for all of the things that we want to move. And we can see here that that's how it's connected. The filter pass turns on our moving conveyor and the filter fail turns it off. Moving down to our moving conveyor now, we can see the filter pass is connected through to our igniter. That's pretty self-explanatory. And our filter fail is connected to another conveyor. So what happens here is we're essentially doubling our throughput with the free power we're receiving from the filter fail, and then we're going to continue from those 2 combined conveyors into our furnaces, which are daisy chained, and then back along the top into our combiners and to our main return conveyor. And then from our return conveyor, which has no filters because it's returning from everywhere, back into our buffer box. And then from our buffer box we'll move along to the next part of the circuit, which will be our blue piping, and that's going to go over to our small refinery. And it's essentially the same sort of setup here. We have the detector, it's going to detect if there's any crude oil, and then we have our moving conveyor, which moves the crude and wood into the small refinery. Same wiring there, with the filter pass into turn on and the filter fail into turn off. Goes through the refinery and then back over to our return conveyor again into the buffer box. We'll move along again to the next part, which is our yellow piping, which is going to go over to our workbenches and our industrial crafters. Alright, so we've got 3 different crafters. The first one's going to be for our gunpowder. So we've got the filter set up for the gunpowder on that. And of course there's our blueprint in the crafter and a little bit of materials that have already been moved there. And you can see that crafter outputs into that combiner, which they're all going to join up into. Our second conveyor goes into our rocket crafter. And it's got the VP there, and the filter for the conveyor was the components for a rocket. And the last one is our explosives crafter. It's got the components all there. And as I said, they're all combined back. And then they go over to our main return conveyor, which sucks all the stuff back into our buffer box. So we'll just demonstrate that it all kicks off automatically. Right now you can see that our detector conveyors have turned on our moving conveyors, and they've moved in their first lot of ore and crude, and the igniters have turned on the furnaces and the refinery. And as the stuff gets smelted, it will then get conveyed into our crafters. You can see one of them's already kicking off, our explosives one, and there goes our gunpowder one. And then eventually, when everything's crafted its way through and it's filled up the required components, it'll craft a rocket and it will return the rocket through to our buffer chest. So we're going to fast forward, obviously, because it's going to take a little while with just a few furnaces that we have here. And with the magic of editing. Here you go. Let's see. There you go. There's your rocket. Works very nicely. Only 10 power. The schematics are going to be in the description if you're interested in making this for yourself. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.